A very good morning to all the virtual participants of today's webinar on digital filmmaking as a profession. I, on behalf of Department of Mass Communication, School of Media, Film and Entertainment, Sharda University, would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the virtual participants of this webinar. Our first panelist today is Professor Sanjeev Sood. Professor Sood is an eminent filmmaker, cinematographer, director, producer, and professor of film studies at Sharda University. On the panel, we have our second panelist, Professor Dr. Ritu Sood. She's also a filmmaker and author and Dean SMFE, Sharda University. I hope through today's webinar, we will be able to address your questions. So before moving further, I really would like to introduce the department, the school a bit. So Sharda University is ranked media school, rather, I would say. That is, again, a big achievement for the school, that our department, our school have been ranked among the top 10 media schools in the entire country. And it has been ranked among top 10 in the Higher Education Digest. In the university, we have 14 different multidisciplinary schools, which incorporates almost every professional program. About the school, School of Media, Film and Entertainment have two departments. We have Animation and VFX, which offers BSc in Animation program, BSc in Gaming program. We have Mass Communication department, which offers BA in Journalism and Mass Communication, MA in Journalism and Mass Communication, MA in Advertising, Public Relation and Corporate Communication, BA in Film and Television Production, PhD in Mass Communication. From the academic year 2020, we are introducing 4 more programs. A 4-year program integrated BA plus MA Journalism and Mass Communication, BA Acting and Modeling, PGD in Still Photography, and PG Diploma in Event Management. Our faculty is a blend of people with a lot of experience in academy as well as industry. As you can see, the Dean, Professor Ritu Sood, and HOD, Dr. Amit Chawla. These are recruiters. We are proud to announce that 80% of our alumni is already working in the industry with big names. Our today's panelist, our first panelist, is Professor Sanjeev Sood, though he doesn't need any introduction, but for a formal sake, Professor Sanjeev Sood, a versatile and talented personality, Professor Sood is an acclaimed filmmaker, cinematographer, director, producer, and professor of film studies. With over 35 years of experience in Indian and overseas motion pictures industry, Professor Sood is an alumnus of FTII Pune. Professor Sood has won many accolades for his work nationally and internationally. A working professional who wants to impart his knowledge and skills to the aspiring filmmakers, now he has joined and entered in the field of academia and is now associated with Sharda University. To name few of Professor Sood's extraordinary work, it includes Water Warriors, The Seeds of War, After Effects of Gulf War 1991, The Arab World Today, Peace Prospects in West Asia, and Jerusalem. Our second panelist today is Professor Dr. Ritu Sood. Professor Dr. Ritu Sood is an award-winning media professional with over 3 decades of experience in journalism, filmmaking, radio, and television production. Her film Desh Ki Shaan Hai Beti was released to the nation by then President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Professor Sood has also produced and directed TV serials, documentaries for both national and international networks. She has won many laurels for contribution in not only filmmaking, but as an author also. Author of 9 books, Professor Sood's critically acclaimed book titled Message Design for Development Communication is now part of reference book in the top universities worldwide. So we, on behalf of the Department of Mass Communication, Sharda University, would really want to extend our warm welcome to all the virtual participants. And with this, I would like to invite Professor Sood for the address. But before that, few things. Please keep your microphones mute throughout the webinar, and you can write your questions in the chat box which is mentioned, and if you want to direct your question to a specific speaker, you can direct it directly. For any admission related query, you can write to admission@sharda.ac.in, and for any domain or subject specific query, you can write dean.scadms@sharda.ac.in. Okay, I'm just admitting few more people here. So, Professor Sood.
Okay.
Sir, it would be wonderful if you could just give us an overview of the journey of celluloid filmmaking to the digital filmmaking.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I believe you can see me well. At least I cannot see myself, so it's okay. Okay. See, now it's very interesting. We talk about filmmaking, and we have been talking about filmmaking. The word digital got prefixed to filmmaking. It's a very interesting journey because when it was celluloid filmmaking, nobody ever said celluloid filmmaking. It was just a filmmaking. So I'll take you back in time a little bit and revisit how exactly we have evolved as digital filmmakers. You know, the whole journey began in 1913 with Dada Saab Phalke. And to be very precise, in the same month, in the May, 3rd May, his first feature film was released, Raja Harishchandra. And ever since, film industry was like based on celluloid. When we say celluloid, that means the entire workflow was revolving around negative, film positive, sound positive, and there was a lot of chemistry involved. Whatever you used to shoot, it had to be developed. So cine labs were required, and all that kind of stuff. Now, let's come to film education. The problem in early days was that there were two ways of learn filmmaking. One, by going in for organized film training to a film institute, or learn on the job. Now, the problem was, since film medium was celluloid, no film school could function without a well-equipped laboratory. As a result, there were very few film schools in this country, or for that matter, worldwide. In very early days, in 1960, film school was set up by Government of India by name of Film Institute of India, which later became Film and Television Institute of India, and popularly now it's known as FTI. Now, why FTI could succeed as a film school? Because it was set up in an erstwhile film studio of V. Shantarao, Prabhat Studio. So there were the functional studios, there were functional labs, there was entire infrastructure. So film school could thrive, and like it made a mark, and it's among one of the top film schools in the world. Now, there was a lot of requirement for film enthusiasts to go for organized training, and there were very few avenues, primarily because film education was celluloid based. Then, of course, came television, and we shifted to video. This was around 70s. Television came to India in 1950s, and the commercial operation started in 1960. And initial days of television, again, it was celluloid based, right? All the work was being done on film. In fact, news and everything was shot on reversal film. And you'll be very surprised to know, I mean, some of us, we know about these TV serials, when the era of TV serials started. And a very popular TV serial, Bunyad, made by legend Ramesh Sippy. First total 6 episodes of that TV serials were shot on 16mm film. And there used to be 2 telecasts in a week, and it was like impossible task. So much so that the entire unit was staying in Film City. Sippy Saab had started living in a makeup room. There were hardly any time, because filmmaking on celluloid is a very cumbersome process, right? and and then eventually, he also had to shift to video. From 27th episode onwards, uh, all the episodes are shot on video. And these days, Bunyad is being retelecast on television, so people can see the difference, what we call film look and what we call video look. A legend like Ramesh Sippy was not very happy with the video look, so he insisting on shooting on film, but couldn't sustain, because see, the only thing that is constant in this universe is change. Unless you adopt, you're gone. Same thing happened with Dada Saab Phalke. In 1913, he began. He's a father of Indian cinema, but and he ruled for 2 decades in an era of silent filmmaking. But in 1931, when the sound was added to film with Alamara, Dada Saab Phalke was completely at loss. He couldn't adapt to the new technology. He couldn't, cope up. So everyone knows what happened to the Dada Saab Phalke. He faded out. So similarly, it was very important to adopt to the new dynamics in the market. Now, for last 1 decade or so, celluloid is gone. It's a history. No work is being done on celluloid. In fact, labs have closed down. Filmmaking entirely has shifted to digital. All the films are shot in a digital format. Projections all have gone digital. Gone are the days of projectors and reels and all that kind of stuff. Those who are new students, they must be wondering, when you see a census certificate before a film begins, it talks about certain number of reels. So now no reels. There's a hard disk. Films are being projected in 2K, and it was a shift, which is I'll call it historic shift from celluloid to digital. Now all over the world, filmmaking is gone digital. Celluloid is a thing of past. Well, few efforts are still being made to revive the film, because those who are old timers, they cannot they claim that digital cannot replicate the aura of negative, negative and celluloid. Anyway, that's a matter of another debate. But the point is that there's a dynamic shift in film industry. So accordingly, there has to be paradigm shift in film education as well. Now, those film academies who could not adopt to the digital, again, I don't see any future for them. And another very disturbing trend started. Moment it became easy, filmmaking, the medium became so easy, because earlier, if you had to watch a film, you had to go to a cinema hall, you have to sit in a dark room, there was a bright spot where the film was projected, and your attention was drawn to that bright spot. And you had to see it. And if you miss something, then you have to buy another ticket, see the another show. And then came video. Sridevi is dancing. Somebody likes certain dance steps, wants to see it again, rewind it, see it, rewind it any number of times and see it. So the mystery, the mystery that was revolving around filmmaking and the cinema, it was demystified. So when it was demystified, then the monopoly of film schools also start breaking, because earlier film schools were centered at, as I told you, at very few places. Suddenly there was mushroom growth of film schools all over. People are setting up film schools in their garage. I've seen film schools operating from garage. It was a very disturbing trend for a very serious filmmaker, because film education requires a lot of serious discipline. Actually, you have to grow in film culture in a film school, which cannot happen in a garage. So then, many prestigious institutes, they start stepping into the field of film education. Now, here I want to point out another thing. See, earlier at undergraduate level, there were no courses for filmmaking. right? So after 10 plus 2, the students who were inclined towards cinema or whatever, they had to compulsorily graduate from somewhere in something and then go for filmmaking because all the courses were offered at postgraduate level. In fact, my own case, when I went to FTI after doing higher secondary, at that time there was no 10 plus 2, there was higher secondary. I was very sure that I want to go into filmmaking, but I couldn't apply in a film school because the minimum qualification required was graduation. So I had to study BCom honors and wait for 3 years and then. So that has changed now. There are a lot of academic institutes, they're offering film studies at undergraduate level. And Sharda is, of course, one of those. There's a degree course that is being offered, BA in Film and Television Production. And in fact, from next academic year, we are going to add BA in film acting and modeling. See, you have to understand the difference in a degree course and a diploma course. See, what happens is once you get a graduate degree, it opens a pathway for your further education at higher level. You're industry ready, you can join the industry. Think of a situation, a student who completes his 10 plus 2, he's about 17 years of age, 17, 18, and add another 3 years, he's 20. At the age of 20, he is industry ready. Can you think of any other profession where at the age of 20, a student can actually join film industry? And now in film industry also, there's a lot of demand for skilled professionals. Those days are gone when you used to learn on the job. And what people used to do, they used to go join some film production house as an apprentice and then learn on the job, come up, spend 4 5 years, and then gradually come up. So, of course, they were also learning, but that was one way of learning. What academic institutes provide is a very systematic, organized way of learning. And moreover, as I told you, the only thing constant in this universe is change. And film industry is very dynamic. And every year, something or other is happening. So any curriculum which is not updated constantly, again, is lacking somewhere. At Sharda University, the syllabus revision and the curriculum revision happens on a regular basis. In fact, even now we are going through revision of our curriculum with the ground realities, industry realities, and we have tied up with MESC. Now, what is MESC? Media and Entertainment Council. See, it's a regulatory body that is going to regulate media education in this country. And Sharda University is their exclusive partner in entire North India. Now, what happens? We constantly update our curriculum on the basis of demand in industry. So this body works as an interface. They have got all top of the line production houses. They have got tie up with them. They guide us that how exactly we should be altering our syllabus curriculum so that when the students they pass out, they are industry ready. And the biggest advantage is here you are earning a degree, a bachelor's degree, which is not the case. Film education at bachelor level is offered at undergraduate level is offered at very few places. So as I told you earlier, once you have a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, it opens up your pathway to further higher studies. If you want to go for higher study, you can go for master's in cinema. Or if you don't want to go for higher studies, you are industry ready. You are capable. You can join the industry, film industry, as a skilled workforce. Now, a very interesting question. Earlier, filmmaking was confined to certain filmmaking centers like Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta, only because of dependence on labs. Now that is gone. Now, process of filmmaking is also become a very democratic process. Now, films are being made in, obscure, distant corners of India, from villages. You don't have to have a very elaborate editing setup. People can edit on their laptop. So many news channels, they have switched over to mobile filmmaking. They are generating their footage, and all their workflow is on mobile. So in our course at Sharda University, we also have we also give inputs in mobile filmmaking. We keep changing constantly with times, and I can see now there are 44 participants. I've given the initial introduction, so I would like to take few questions. I've given a kind of little background to the digital filmmaking.
Since we have a lot of parents with us, and they are very much concerned about the career of their, their wards. So few of them, they want to know about the, like, what are the job opportunities and what is the placement of Sharda University when it comes to film industry?
Well, this is a very interesting question. See, uh, our mindset is such that when our child goes through formal education, what are the chances of placement? Now, that has to change. You know why that has to change? We give a lot of emphasis on entrepreneurship. Now, what happens when students they graduate from our university? They're not seeking jobs; they are job providers. They are entrepreneurs. They set up their own production houses. They hire people to work for them. So it's a very strange thing. Probably we hear a lot about startups. In engineering and in other fields. So this is a kind of startup. Once you have completed your course, bachelor's degree at Sharda University, you have gone through all the disciplines of filmmaking. It's a very, very practical oriented course. There's a, say, about 30% theory or 70% of practicals. Right from the word go, you are playing with the professional quality digital equipment. And that is how you're learning. So after you've spent 3 years, you come out. You're not looking for jobs. But of course, those who want to look for jobs, you have to understand one thing. The way media is expanding. Earlier, we used to have 1 TV channels and 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 4 to 8, 16, 32. It's a geometric progression. The number of TV channels are there. And with the advent of OTT platform, I here want to put little emphasis on our 2 different streams, BGMC and film and television production. What happened was there was so many news channels came up overnight. So there was a lot of demand for trained journalists to provide software and all that kind of stuff. So BGMC course became very popular with youngsters, and students used to go join BGMC, offered by different universities, different colleges. And then came OTT platform. It was game changer. Now what happened? OTT platform like Netflix, Amazon, and all that, it's all fiction. Now in BGMC, film is also one of the components like print, television, radio, and film also is there. But there's not, total emphasis on film. So we thought there was a need to start super specialty film and television production courses. Now, a graduate of BGMC, I'm not saying cannot join fiction film industry, but he will have little handicap because he's not obviously trained for that. He's more trained towards journalism and mass communication. Here, in a course in BN film and television production, the total focus is on film and television production, and you are industry ready. So for all the parents, those who are listening to me, I want to assure them there are so many advantages. After 10 plus 2, number 1, you're earning a bachelor's degree, right? So, बच्चा graduate हो गया जी. उसके बाद, the bachelor degree is all practical degree. So your child is industry ready. And if he wants to go for higher education, supposing they want to go abroad for masters, or even for that matter, they want to go to film institute, FTI. So they will get preference while they have to get selected because they'll have edge over others. And let me tell you one thing, FTI only offers master's degree. So those who are aspiring to get into filmmaking after 10 plus 2, I think the obvious choice is Sharda University.
Yeah, here I would also like to add, Mukta, is that our course is a very today. If we look at the OTT platform and the demand of the media, there are so many Netflix, Prime, so many apps-based television media that has come in, and today even the cinema is being released digitally on Netflix and all. Akshay Kumar's latest film is being released on Netflix. So the scope is so much and the workforce is so less. You'll be surprised to know that the trained workforce and the demand of the market, it's absolutely different. Demand is so much and the trained workforce is not there. So our syllabus in BAFT is totally done on a board of studies. We have professional filmmakers, we have FTI graduates, and we also have eminent filmmakers on board who come and teach our students. In fact, all of you who are present, and especially the parents, I would like to say is that we have on Sharda University, we have many filmmakers and many films that go on shoot. And as a result, our students of cinema, film and TV, they act as a first assistant, second assistant, and they are actually doing on job making film. If you have seen the song Meri Mummy Nu Pasand Nahi Ho Tu, that is shot in Sharda University. Rajshri Films was shot here. These filmmakers, they keep coming. In fact, we were to shoot a very prominent film on campus, but because of the lockdown, it got delayed. Maybe once the lockdown is open, so you'll have a very, very top of the line. I don't want to reveal, but you maybe he's your icon. He'll be here and shooting with us. So the thing is that our students are not only studying, but they're also on the field with professionals. And as Professor Sood said that, and I guess there was some comment about recruitment. Don't worry about recruitment. If your child is serious, he is imaginative, he's creativity, world is his, media works 24/7, and media will always be there, the jobs will always be there, but you have to be professionally trained. Yeah, over to Professor Sood.
Ritu ma'am, there is a question. I think you will be a better person to answer it. Ritu ma'am,
sure.
I'm directing this question to you. It's Miss, I think Nikhil Raj Geet Rastogi ji, asking about the marketing status of mass communication in India. And moreover, he wants to ask, like, Hindi journalism have a largest market or the English journalism? So that's, I think you'll be the better person.
Rastogi ji, what I would say is that both the journalism have equal market, Hindi and English both. It is totally आपके ऊपर है कि आप किस में excel करते हैं. How well do you know your language? How well do you know your current affairs? And if you're sure about it, you'll see journalism and filmmaking is all about confidence. If you have the confidence each day, in a second you can become famous. Your next film flops and you're down again. The graph of media is like this, always at the peaks. You'll see the peaks and the lows. There'll never be a middle one. And the money and the fame, name is enormous. You have it in you, you do it. In fact, many of our students, we just had RJ Abhimanyu on with us the other day. He's a very famous Red FM anchor. And then we have many of my students are very eminent filmmakers and actors today. And probably once your child comes in, they'll be coming for the guest lectures also. So I would say is that Hindi journalism and English journalism का कुछ नहीं होता. अगर आपकी language में पकड़ है, आप में confidence है, आपको समझ है, ये दुनिया आपकी है, ये media आपका है.
Okay, I would just like to add on to what Dr. Sood said earlier. That see, you have to understand one thing. Post-COVID, industry has come to grinding halt. No shootings happening, no release. Cinema also closed. And there are so many films with the investments of crores. They are lying, waiting for release. So what has happened now? They have found OTT platform. Now they are releasing their films on OTT platform. So that is a tectonic shift. That is dynamic. These are the dynamics of film industry. And post-COVID scenario, once the industry opens up, what is going to happen? There is going to be a lot of emphasis on reducing the size of units. But that does not mean the work opportunities will reduce. That means that the people who can do multitasking will be in great demand. And what happens at the courses in Sharda University? We make a student go through all the disciplines of filmmaking, right? So they're industry ready. And when it comes to multitasking, I think they are going to be the best option available to be hired in the market. And another segment that has opened up in a big way. Most of you must have heard of wedding photography now, and you're also aware that for one function, they spend lakhs on wedding photography. There's another segment that has opened up. And see, here income doesn't come in thousands. Here income comes in lakhs and crores. That's the problem. So that is what parents have to understand. That this is a very different medium. It's not, and that is why more and more youngsters, they're getting more inclined towards. And abhi to sabke mobile. Everyone is empowered with the camera in their mobile. They are making small videos. You must have seen the popularity of TikTok. You must have seen students setting up their YouTube channels. In fact, when they are studying, they're already running their channels, and they're getting so many hits on their likes on their channels that gives them confidence. And at the end of the 3-year course, they like to be entrepreneurs than joining somewhere. But if they want to join somewhere, then there are nth number of television stations, nth number of film production houses, not only in Bombay, all over the country now. Now, filmmaking has become a very democratic process. It's not confined to certain centers like Mumbai. Delhi has got a very vibrant, filmmaking industry now.
Mukta, I would also like to add here is that during our recruitment process, a lot of parents आते हैं हमारे पास और वो कहते हैं कि मेरा बच्चा जो है वो अच्छा खासा इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा था, मास कम्युनिकेशन में आ गया, इसका क्या फ्यूचर है? So what I would say is that today engineering recruitments and the pay packages are not that much as media में है. And if your child is creative, he is imaginative, and he wants to pursue filmmaking and journalism, believe me, by the 3 years he passes out, the world is changing. The world is changing now. The world is changing. Don't discourage your child. Send your child to us. And recruitment is not a big deal today. We have on board, we have signed MOUs with industry professionals. InShots is on board with us. And plus we are signing more. If you see our brochure, you see a lot of MOUs we have signed. And so you see money and earning is not a problem. The problem is talent. The problem is confidence. The problem is creativity and imaginativity. If your child has all that, and please do not discourage the child. Don't force the child to go into a profession, because you must always follow your heart. And also, I would like to say here is to all the parents that because we were very worried about the skills of our children, and also I would like to tell all the parents and the students here कि हमने अभी दिसंबर में शारदा टीवी स्टार्ट करा है. ये जो शारदा टीवी है, this is absolutely run by the students, from the content head to the producer to the cameraman, anchoring, studio, पूरा बच्चे करते हैं. If you want to see Sharda TV, you can see a website or you can log into it. So currently it's a YouTube channel, but eventually we'll be taking it on board. It was done as an experimental in the first phase, but now our students are so well equipped. They are doing their own entertainment. वो सारा कुछ खुद बनाते हैं. And similarly, we have Suno Sharda, Greater Noida ka apna radio station. Now, Suno Sharda is the only FM station run by the students in Greater Noida. It's a community radio station, and our community is the students. और वो अगर आप आके देखेंगे या सुनेंगे सुनो शारदा, तो आपको दिखेगा सारा हमारा बच्चे करते हैं. Under, of course, the guidance of the faculty, but sub total बच्चे. So I can say is that with these two platforms, हमारे जो बच्चे हैं, they're already industry ready. And जब वो enter करते हैं, so they are not Alice in Wonderland. उनको पता है कि उनको क्या job करनी है. They are professionals. They are not amateur. जैसे कि मैंने जो देखा है trend in the all the universities of mass communication, किसी ने अपने आप को इन चेंजेस से अडॉप्ट नहीं करा है. Nobody has adopted to the changes of the current scenario in the media industry. People are still following the old theory based syllabus, and people are still following they are not making the student industry ready. Students are still handicapped. जब वो निकलते internships पे ही रहते, and internships are free of cost sometimes, or internships 10,000 कमा रहे हैं, कुछ कमा रहे हैं. They have not changed. Whereas the first thing that we did in Sharda University was, when we introduced film and television production, we did was, in fact, even for our other courses, like we are now starting BJMC integrated, जो कि 4 साल में बच्चा MA कर लेगा. Then we have acting and modeling. We have BAJMC. ये हमने सारे upload करे. We have the top media professionals and news editors on our board of studies. And the first thing, we have the latest softwares. Our students know the softwares. We have multimedia labs where the students sit and work with the help of faculty. So the thing is कि हमारा ट्रेनिंग का है, स्टूडियो है, सब कुछ है. इनफैक्ट मैं ज्यादा क्या बोलूंगी, come and visit us once the lockdown, see our website. Thank you. I think I've spoken.
Mukta, I just saw
Yes.
I just saw a question flashed
Yes.
briefly, that what should we be doing in a lockdown condition. I
Yes.
would like to take that question.
Sure,
Can
sure.
you just read that question? What is that? I couldn't read it.
Sir, it says, it's from Ayushman Avasthi. It says the whole world is closed this time. So what to do for aspiring filmmakers, and how can they learn about filmmaking by learning it, through learning it at home?
Okay. That is very interesting question. See, the thing is that you have to understand one thing. Today, everyone has got smartphone, and that smartphone has got camera, right? So everyone is empowered. In fact, everyone is a photographer, and everyone is a prospective filmmaker. Only thing is that they have to learn the craft. They have to learn the rules of the game. At Sharda University, even despite lockdown conditions, every day we have been running webinars. Online teaching was going on. We have been guiding our students online, and through the webinars, we have been inviting very eminent personalities. So in a lockdown conditions, what a student can do, earlier, parents, they used to tell their kids not to play with their mobiles, not to spend time on laptop. But these days, that is the reality. See, as I told you earlier, the only thing that is constant in this universe is change. So we have to change with times. There is a lot of online inputs available. You just have to keep your search engine on. You have to see whatever is happening. And I don't think this lockdown is going to be a permanent feature. At the end of the day, universities have to open. Okay? But trust me, students who spend their time attending these webinars, going through online inputs, they'll be much more confident persons when they come back to university. They'll be changed a lot. That's what I feel. I've got this very strong conviction. In fact, I'm learning a lot. I attend so many webinars. The amount of time I spend on laptop is gone 1,000 times more than in university. We had a fixed working hours, but here in online teaching, there are no fixed working hours. There's no concept of holidays. Any time is a good time to learn. So don't worry about the lockdown, and I think we are going to get out of it very strong.
In fact, one of the films, our students currently are doing a lot of films on mobile, sitting at it. You'll be very surprised कि आजकल ना तो घर में एक कमरे में बैठ के उन्होंने फिल्म्स बनाई हुई हैं, and amazing films, and they have played with the medium so well. मोबाइल पे इतनी बढ़िया फिल्म्स बनना. अभी एक ने बनाया है. In fact, it's available on the web YouTube also, and it's an amazing film. It's a song that she has done. Somebody have done raps, and somebody have just used the ambient sound of the birds, which you never hear, and made a audio film on that. Can you imagine? इतनी सारी चिड़ियों की चहचहा हमने कभी सुनी नहीं थी इतने सालों में. जब से लॉकडाउन हुआ, the sound, the sound is the medium. So there's so much you can do. Mobile is in your hand, and the world.
See, every crisis gives you an opportunity. Now, this crisis has triggered imagination of youngsters. The kind of work they are doing, sitting at home. It's amazing. As Dr. Sood said, before lockdown, probably we were not even conscious that we are not hearing the birds anymore, right? So now our other faculties are growing, and this lockdown has provided us with an opportunity to sharpen our skills and think differently. Our creativity is triggered, and I see a lot of. You must have seen that film that was done by top stars, Amitabh Bachchan and all that, sitting at home, right? So, uh, who would ever imagine a person like Amitabh Bachchan will act and make a film sitting at home? Now, a lot of students, youngsters got inspired by that. And the kind of work that is coming out, it's amazing. Only thing is that we have to nurture their creativity. And that is what we do in Sharda University. We nurture them in such a way that the creative juices begin to flow. When the creative juices begin to flow, and they've got a medium in their hand, and that too, mobile. जिसके लिए सब माँ बाप बहुत जोक बनते थे, माँ बाप कहते थे मोबाइल में मत लगे रहो. अब mobile and laptop has become the reality of the day. Dynamic changes.
So there is a good question. It says, sir, how much budget is required for digital filmmaking with affordable, low-cost equipment? It's the first question. And the second part is, how can someone start his or her own production house with that sort of budget?
Okay. See, this is a question that is asked to us all the time. See, you have to understand one thing. Budget is not standalone entity. Budget is not something that is in limbo, that you want to make a small film and you catch on to that budget and start your film. No, it doesn't work that way. Budget depends on your script, the treatment of your script. What is the kind of manpower is required? What is the kind of resources are required? That is all put together will translate into a budget. I'll give you a simple example. A shot taken with a camera, two persons sitting and talking to each other is also a shot, right? And a shot taken in the battlefield of Mahabharata, where thousands of people are fighting, so much of crew is involved, that is also a shot. So can you compare the budget of these two shots? So it all depends on your content. What do you want to produce? And films also these days can be made with no budget, zero budget. I'll tell you how. All youngsters, they have begun to collaborate. Somebody has got skills of sound recording. Somebody has got skills of editing. Somebody is very creative with ideas. So they pool their resources together and they come together. So films can be made at a very minuscule budget. So you are only limited by your imagination, basically. I think I have answered the question.
So there's one more question. It's actually a lot of people wants to know about the OTT platform and the web series. So the question is whether this will affect the mainstream cinema or the filmmaking, the web series and...
Of course, it's affecting already. Many big production houses, they have already come on OTT platforms, the smart ones like, Ekta Kapoor, she has her own OTT platform, Yash Raj Films. So it is already affecting. What do you mean whether it's going to affect or not? It is affecting. See, what has happened is cinema has come to your living room or your bedroom for that matter. So days are gone when you had to go buy a ticket, sit in a cinema hall. Of course, that has its own kind of aura. You cannot recreate an experience of picture hall at home, because in cinema hall you got Dolby Atmos and real. That aura is very different. But at the same time, in the lockdown kind of conditions, I think other than the warriors like doctors, nurses, safai karamcharis, and police, I think एक बहुत बड़ा segment है media. Nobody is talking about them. Media is still bringing you new news at home. Media is still bringing you entertainment at home. I think I've answered your question.
Okay, I would also like to stress is that from the upcoming semester, that is 2020, we are starting 3 new courses. Mukta, why don't you tell about that? And perhaps Sanjeev ji, you could slightly emphasize, because बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं, they want to be actors also, and ड्रीम होता है सेलुलॉइड पे आना, स्क्रीन पे आना. तो वो एक नशा है और एक trained field है, skilled field है. So first of all, I would like Sanjeev ji, please tell us about acting as a career and the courses that we are offering now in Sharda. And then Mukta, perhaps you could also emphasize on the courses that we are offering.
Okay. See, I'll put it this way. With so much exposure, and again, I'll take example of TikTok. So many youngsters are making their TikTok videos. So acting का कीड़ा तो सब में है. अब problem ये है कि either you have it in you or you don't have it in you. But if you have it in you, then what you need to do is you need to channelize that energy. You need to go through a very organized, structured course. So we have designed our course in acting and modeling, keeping all those realities in mind. And in fact, I cannot reveal that now, but we are into talks for tie-up with some of the most well-known acting institutes in this country. In fact, they want to tie up with us. So acting as a career has got a lot of scope. Mobile in your hand, you're empowered filmmaker. अब बाकी बची बात creativity की. So leave that to us. We induce enough creativity in your system that your creative juices begin to flow. Then sky is the limit.
Here I would also like to, Sanjeev ji is being modest, but I would also like to say is that as a parent also, his son is currently a very well-known media professional, and he is also pursuing his dreams, and he is also worked on major films. One of his films released, in fact, why don't you, Sanjeev ji, you talk about it?
It's very simple. My son wanted to get into film industry, right? So after 10+2, he was very sure that he doesn't want to do anything else. So fortunately, at that time, I found an institute that was offering filmmaking at a graduation degree. So he did his BA in cinematography, and after that he went to Melbourne. He is now further studying Masters in Media from RMIT, Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology. So see, that's what I'm trying to put emphasis on. If you want to go for higher studies, then
no, Sanjeev ji, you are being modest. Tell the youngsters about the film that he did.
Okay. Again, they were in a lockdown kind of situation. There was a strike in their institute. So sitting at home, and he was getting bored. So the opportunity came his way. Must have heard of a film called Pink. Pink was being shot in Delhi, and TOP was one of my juniors from FTI. He called me up and he said that I'm looking for some assistant in Delhi who's familiar with the Delhi scenario. So I promptly jumped and I said, my son is still studying. He is in second year. If you want, I can send him across to you. So I sent him there, and let me tell you one thing. In this industry, your connections don't work. It doesn't work who do you know. What works is how much you know. So he went there for interview, and next day onwards, he was on the job. He was hired as an apprentice. In 2 days, he became camera assistant. In 4 days, he became, what do you call that, camera assistant 2, focus puller. He was, mind you, he was still student. And the famous court scene of Pink that was shot in studios in Bombay, he was called from Delhi to be on one of the cameras. It was shot with multi-cameras. So he became camera operator within a span of a film. Now, can you imagine this kind of opportunity a student of filmmaking is getting? I don't think this kind of opportunity exists anywhere else in any other profession.
Yeah, in fact, what I would also like to tell the youngsters here is that if you are watching Engineering Girls on Netflix, that is produced by Sharda University, and the season 3 would be out, would be coming out, and the students work on job. So you see, we are already there where other people are struggling, and our students are already being trained. And please watch Engineering Girls, and you'll understand the Sharda University. You'll understand how it is, and it's all done by youngsters.
You know, when I got into academia, I had a lot of options. You know, a lot of institutes, they wanted me to have on their board. Why I chose Sharda University was, Sharda University is a very good interface between students and industry. So much work happens within the campus. Professional shoots happens within the campus. So it's a living classroom. Our students, they become part of those shoots. So they're learning on the job. So you don't have to wait for your internship and apprenticeship. Internship walks into the campus on its own. So that is the difference. Engineering Girls, what Dr. Sood talked about, was exclusively shot in Sharda University. And 2 seasons have already been shot. So you can imagine, the film industry is coming to Sharda University to work. And students get that kind of opportunity and exposure to film industry while studying.
And also, I would like to add, Mukta, here is that soon, because this is a platform where parents are also here, so I would like to, that soon will be opening in North India's largest and the biggest studios where people can come and shoot, and we'll probably be doing our own productions also. It's coming very soon. And
in fact, work was already on because of lockdown conditions. Of course, everything has come to grinding halt, but we are going to resume very fast. And by the time next semester starts, which is also postponed to September, I'm very sure. And the film, the studios and audio studios, acting studios, and sound studios, everything that has been planned and is being worked on is going to be tremendous. Moreover, very few people know that there's something called Uttar Pradesh Chalchitra Nigam. So those who want to shoot and make films in Uttar Pradesh, they get subsidies from the government. Like films like Gangs of Wasepur and all that have been shot using that subsidy. And you'll be very surprised. That subsidy doesn't run in thousands or lakhs. It runs into crores. So the kind of numbers we are talking about, you have to understand. So once we provide a film studio and all the facilities in-house, then can you imagine the kind of job opportunities will get created within the university?
Sanjeev sir, there is I think people are talking about short film making, so I'm going to club the questions together. So it is, and this would be the last question for today's webinar. So what is the future of short film making and how the marketing of short film making is done? It's the first part. The second is how to prepare yourself for the short film festivals.
Okay. See, earlier there were no outlets for short films. In fact, there are not too many outlets for documentary. Then came few channels like National Geographic and Discovery. So documentary films will start seeing the light of the day. Earlier it was only films region, and documentary film was just shown just before any film, something like that. Now, with the digital platforms, there's a lot of opportunities for short film makers. In fact, there are a lot of Facebook groups. There are a lot of forums one can join. And in fact, short film making content is being acquired, right? Word over. So the one who has asked this question, I would request him to get in touch with me, and probably I can put him across to many such forums and groups where not only you can seek funding, there's a concept of crowdfunding, right? So you can raise funds, you can make the films, you can market the films, sitting at home under lockdown conditions. You don't have to step out. Of course, for shooting you have to step out, but by that time, I think this lockdown condition also will ease out, And there's something called pre-production. So this lockdown time should be used in pre-production, planning your films, getting ready for your films, arranging finance, and moment the lockdown condition goes, you go on floor, you shoot, and then market. That's how you go about doing it.
Okay, thank you, sir. So before moving to the last section of our today's webinar, I just want to, tell you what are the courses that our university is offering, our school is offering. And from this coming academic session, we are introducing 4 new programs. These 4 new programs are integrated BA and MA in journalism and mass communication. This is going to be a 4-year degree program. And by the end of the program, you will be getting a PG degree. And we are starting with BA in acting and modeling. And we are introducing 2 more PG diploma courses, one in still photography, and we are introducing PG diploma in event management as well. So for more queries related to admissions, you can ask your queries on admission@sharda.ac.in, or you can call on the numbers flashed on the university's website. Okay, so now I would like to request Dr. Amit Chawla, HOD of Department of Mass Communication, Sharda University, would like to give a word of thanks.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Mukta and Professor Sanjeev Sood and Dr. Ritu Sood, the Dean of our school. I was listening to your comments about filmmaking and its prospects in future. And I would like to sincerely thank you all for sharing your insights with prospective students, parents, and everyone here participating in this webinar. Before I give a formal vote of thanks, I would just like to mention a few more things that I was observing. People asking about jobs, asking about opportunities. Well, I was attending a recent webinar, which was by Shri Pokhriyal ji, Honorable HRD Minister. He said that technology is there, now there was a time when people were doing IT, they were doing, making technology, making platforms. Now these platforms are there, and the only thing which is required now is the content, and the content is the king. So you must have seen that Ramayana, Mahabharata, all these good content which were telecasted very recently, how they gain popularity, and how there is so much dearth of good content on OTT platforms, on television, on all media. So I think the future is not just technology. Future is for those people who can create good content, good films, good entertainment for large number of audience. And for that, of course, filmmaking is something that you must learn formally, and that is something what NESE also promotes. Who obviously ma'am has mentioned that it is our partner. And you can also see those webinars that we have just conducted very recently, as ma'am was telling about RJ Abhimanyu, about Follow Suite, and others, which are available on Sharda TV, and they are also being broadcasted on Suno Sharda, which is the radio station of Sharda University. Not just that, I would also mention one small little bit here, that not just the fiction films, we have got a lot of scope for documentaries also. Like for example, last year in June, we started a production which is called Water for Life, wherein it was a research-based, video-based research project. A student of ours, he traveled from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and the entire team of Sharda University's SMFE followed him through and interviewed people, made a very nice documentary, and it is now ready for release. I hope that either during the lockdown or just after the lockdown it will be released. So these are the kind of avenues which are available for almost all of us these days. And if you are a YouTuber, or if you want to make some content for YouTube, fiction or non-fiction, and if it is a good content, and especially I'm addressing to the parents of aspirants, there is no dearth. There is no dearth of opportunities. And and rightly as mentioned by Professor Sood during his address, that future, they can earn lakhs and crores. You don't have to worry about thousands and salaries of just a mere monthly salaries. So I can rest assure you
because I'm also a filmmaker from MCRC, as Professor Sood was also mentioning that there are some very good institutions, and we have got all faculty and visiting faculty as well as industry professionals teaching students. So I can vouch for that. You can trust me on that. With that, I would like to close this session by giving a formal vote of thanks to all the participants who are here, attending this 8th webinar of SNFE, School of Media, Film and Entertainment, Sharda University. And I would also sincerely like to thank Dr. Mukta for conducting this webinar on behalf of the department of the school very well. And it's not just one person or a few people. It's the entire team who have been working very hard to bring the content and these kind of webinars to you through online platforms like Google Meet and Zoom. And I would like to thank one and all for that. A sincere gratitude towards Professor Sanjeev Sood for making this webinar so interactive and so lively. And ma'am, a lot of respect for you, and a big thank you for guiding us always at the Department of Mass Comm and the staff of the Mass Comm department, so that we can bring this kind of things to. A big thank you for that to Ritu ma'am for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.